Every musician who has toured Western Canada in the last 36 years is familiar with Amigos Cantina, affectionately known as just Amigos. Their stage has hosted countless local, national, and international bands that make up a veritable who's who of music, including Andrew WK, Orville Peck, Sarah McLachlan, Modest Mouse, Farside, SNFU, Broken Social Scene, New Pornographers, Eric's Trip, Propagandhi, Drive-By Truckers, The Smalls, The Sadies, Reverend Horton Heat, 5 Alarm Funk, The Beat Farmers, more about them later, Superchunk, The Jesus Lizard, Fishbone, The Super Suckers, No Means No, Rheostatics, Big Sugar, Sky Diggers, Fred Eaglesmith, Weaker Thans, The Smugglers, Constantines, and Nico Case, just to name some of the thousands. The year was 1988, and Steve Benesh's family owned a building on Dufferin Avenue, just a few steps off of Broadway Avenue, in the heart of Saskatoon's Natana neighborhood. Steve told Jim Clark about the idea of putting a bar in there. I had just gone through university and I couldn't find a job in my field. My friend Steve Benesh was talking about opening a place. His father owned the building. I said, well, I'll chip in. Steve had some Mexican recipes and we kind of thought, maybe we'll just go with that to start off. Amigos set out to open in July of '88, but like many good things, it took a little longer than expected. But that November, Alex Clendening, Amigos' first bartender and now third co-owner, held a soft opening with a bunch of friends. The following day, it opened to the public, and Saskatoon has been a better place ever since. The original room was only 100 by 300 feet, but over time, Steve's father gave them more space to work with. Shortly after opening, someone suggested bringing in live music, and Brant Palco, a local musician, started booking bands. In those days, there was a band room upstairs. Stories of those parties have become the stuff of legends. Palco, now one of the most respected talent buyers in the country, remembers. My first day on the job, I had to plunge puke out of the sink, literally. The late Dallas Good of the Sadies recalled, I'm sure everybody has the same reaction to it as a music venue. It's certainly no frills, to say the least. At the beginning, you had the upstairs, which was pretty awesome, but it's hilarious that the kitchen has always doubled as the dressing room. There were always nachos stuck to our rhinestone suits. Despite its modest beginnings, Amigos quickly evolved from a humble Tex-Mex restaurant to a quintessential tour stop and eventually a cultural institution. Even in those early days, while they focused on the music side of Amigos, they were also named one of Canada's best restaurants by the National Post. Try the Nachos Grande with free earplugs on the side. Memories of shows over the years run the gamut from intimate to totally chaotic. A young Sarah McLachlan played the room to a mesmerized crowd who sat transfixed on the floor. By contrast, the LA band, the Beat Farmers, who were a huge touring band, played the very same room. Clark said of the Beat Farmers show, the first time they played here, the main guy, Country Dick Montana, was walking on tables singing. We had these ceiling fans, and one of them hit him in the head because he was about 6'4" or something, and he fell to the floor. This was fairly early in the night, and I'm thinking, oh my god, the show's over. He's got to go to the hospital. We're going to have to refund everyone's money, and hopefully he's okay. And then he just got up off the floor and went over to the bar and said, I'll have another tequila, bartender. Paul McKenzie of the Real Mackenzies, who are thought to have played more gigs at Amigos than any other band, once remarked, there was this guy who wanted to propose to his girlfriend. He asked us if it was okay, and I said, yeah, it's okay, but I didn't know he was gonna have a 45-minute monologue and start fucking blubbering and crying. I wanted to be nice, but the guy kept on blathering. Come on, this is a rock show. We ended up kicking them both off stage. Go get married, get the fuck off stage, go have kids. And we can only assume that that couple took their sound advice. Clendening said recently, a lot of customers nowadays come in with their kids. They cut their teeth here. Their kids will hopefully be coming here when they're our age, Palco added. But Amigos is so much more than rowdy memories, and to focus only on the past would be a disservice to the integral role it continues to play today. Alison Wellen, Saskatoon musician and Band Swap co-founder, has said of the venue, in any given week, one might find a punk show, karaoke, maybe an open mic, a national touring act, and a political fundraiser. And that's just the evenings. Sports groups, book clubs, big family brunches, and lunch meetings, the list of regular happenings is truly impressive. This is a community place, and that's why it's still here, Benesh added. Amigos is a true champion of local and Western Canadian artists. Ryan Gullen of the Sheepdogs has said, "It was always like, you want to play Amigos. That's the place to play. It's like a rite of passage for sure." That was always a big goal for the Sheepdogs. You go from going to see the bands you really love to actually playing there, and you feel like you've accomplished something. It is a big deal. Amigos has always been a leader in the community, always listening, always evolving. Clark considers the community to be stakeholders in the venue and lets their opinions guide future decisions. "It's a point of pride for me how great the local bands are," says Palco. "So many bands have told us they formed here, wrote their album on that stage, or the money they earned here funded their tour or the recording of their album. The local thing really, for me, is the proudest thing. We're 36 years old and talking to ourselves," says Banesh. "Do we need to change something because all these new places are coming in? Do we need to reboot it?" And then we talk to the customers who say, "Don't change a thing."
What is it? I was just in the middle of the most amazing dream. I was headlining Amigos and the place was packed and there was a lineup all the way down the block. What? Amigos has won the Kevin Walters Industry Builder Award for 2024? That's absolutely amazing. Congratulations, Jim, Alex, Steve, Brant, and all my friends at Amigos. The rock and roll oasis of the prairies. It's not just a pit stop, it's an anchor date. We build our tours around that incredible place. Thank you so much. You know, Amigos was the first place my band played that actually didn't fire us. And we've stayed friends all these years, almost 35 years. In fact, I detail it all in my award-winning book, Dirty Windshields, in a chapter literally called Amigos. But hey, enough about my stuff. Congratulations, guys. Hope that there'll be another 35 years of burritos, bands, and beer.
Hey, congratulations, Amigos. Can't think of a place more deserving of this award. I think that every city needs a venue in which bands can play at, that bands can play with touring bands and get exposed to touring bands, and also venues that feed bands burritos. And Amigos, thankfully, is all of those things. I can't tell you how many times over the years we'll meet bands from all over the world and they'll say, "Saskatoon, isn't that place where the venue gives you burritos?" And I'm very thankful for ourselves for having a place to have been able to grow into the band we are and meet other bands and play in front of people. And we're very thankful. So congratulations, Amigos. You've been doing it for 36 years, and here's to many, many more.
My name is Tyson McShane. I play in a band called Slowdown Molasses, and I'm incredibly happy to get to congratulate Amigos for receiving the Kevin Walters Industry Builder Award. My band has had the great privilege of touring all over the world, touring to Europe and the UK many, many times, all over America, and throughout Canada. We've released records, we've performed with bands that mean the world to us. We've played amazing festival stages and fantastic clubs all over the place. And I can say with complete confidence that none of that would be possible without the support of Amigos Cantina. I met my bandmates at Amigos, I played my first ever show at Amigos, and equally and incredibly importantly, our early tours were entirely funded and early records were entirely funded by the proceeds from playing Amigos shows. Amigos has gone above and beyond in supporting local and touring musicians, being a friendly place, a community place, an inclusive place, and as a result, it is highly deserving of this award. So thank you so much to Amigos for all the support for all these years, and I hope to see you support more artists many years into the future. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm Clayton Linthicum from the band Casey and Clayton, and I just want to send out congratulations to Amigos Cantina on their receiving the Kevin Walters Industry Builder Award. Amigos is certainly one of my favorite places to be. Some of my most cherished and memorable musical experiences have happened at Amigos Cantina, whether playing or just being at shows there. And when I think of being at home in Saskatoon, Amigos is one of the first places I think of. So here's to another 35 or 36 years. I can't remember how long you've been going, but congratulations, Amigos.
Hi, my name is Jenny Ryan. I'm a comedian in Saskatoon, and I have tried to make this video like 10 times. And it is hard because as a comedian, I think people expect me to be like funny and to say funny things about Amigos, but honestly, everything I want to say about Amigos is like dripping with earnestness and joy. So about 10 years ago, I approached Amigos and said, hey, I want to put on a show for women and non-binary people to practice comedy in like a safe and inclusive space. And they were all in. They gave us space, they gave us drink tickets, they gave us love and support and advertising. And ever since then, I've been working with them to put on comedy shows for all kinds of people. And every month they let me just roll up like it's my dad's basement. I show up with some friends and we put on comedy shows. And I really do think that the comedy scene in Saskatoon has grown and flourished over the past little while, partly due to the love and support that Amigos gives to arts and culture in the community. They trust us, they like us, and they let us do our thing. So thank you so much to Amigos, and congratulations.
Hello everybody, it's John Wright here off the North Sunshine Coast. Just here with some friends from Germany. We're on a Grant Lawrence watching tour right now. He's been sighted swimming down from Desolation Sound to get presumably some supplies in Lund Harbors. There's lots of boats out today. Everyone's very excited. But I also got word from Breakout West that they're honoring, they're in Saskatoon and they're honoring Amigos, a wonderful club there that's been supporting independent music and musicians like myself for a long time. I mean, I guess almost 35 years now or something like that. I remember No Means No booking a show in Amigos in 1988, maybe it was, but we got there and unfortunately they informed us that we have to come back when they actually exist. So it must have been 1989 they got started. All I know is we were there soon after and they were still cleaning up the mess from Junior Gone Wild, Fort Pierre, you know, the troublemaker, but bless his soul. Anyway, No Means No, the Hanson Brothers, Show Business Giants, and most recently Dead Bob have brought me to Amigos many, many times over the years. And I'm very happy to hear that they're winning or being honored with the Kevin Walters Industry Building Award. So, yeah, congratulations again. And I have to say, Brant, will be giving you a call because I'm going to be hoping to get back there again next year. So congratulations, Amigos. You see anything out there?
Hi, my name is Wayne Petty from Cuff the Duke. I just want to give a quick shout out to all our friends at Amigos. Congrats on this award. We had a blast celebrating the 35th anniversary last year. It was the first place we ever played in Saskatoon and currently the last place we ever played. Always such a great time. Staff is amazing. I'll never forget our first show there with the Sadies. I still have photos from it. Congratulations. All the best.
On behalf of the Western Canadian Music Awards, we'd like to congratulate Amigos Cantina on being the recipient of the 2024 Kevin Walters Industry Achievement Award, and to take this opportunity to lovingly encourage them to don't change a thing.